Welcome back to Ixion. My name is Nilas and I am your captain. No, not captain. We don't have captains on this ship. We have administrators. So I'm the administrator at the time on the Tiqqun, and I'll be guiding you safely through this wreck of human popsicles floating through space. We have a lot of ground to cover, and I have planned out what I want to do in this episode. So first of all, we have our sector out here. We have not figured out the entire
completed its scan.
There we go. The entire fate of the Etamananki. So we will be focusing on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 locations that we still have. I don't believe we have any additional ones out here. So we have 6 quest locations to uncover. We have 2,000 cryopods that we need to open. That means if we look inside, we look here and we have now 4 sectors, and we're going to be opening a 5th sector. In terms of internal restructuring, what I want to do is I want to take my sector 2, this is my industry sector, and I want to overhaul that so it looks better and works better as well. Also getting a little bit prepared for next. We want to make sure that we have a high amount of batteries. And then sectors 5 will be opening as well. I'll need to have some storage there, some human storage, as called population center, and I also need to, or I want the focus of that one to be a power and other stuff that I need. That's a bit weird, but that's kind of what I want to focus on. So there's a lot of ground to cover here in this episode. I hope you want to join in for this part. So thank you very much for your support on this series, and I will continue to the end and get us safely to the end of this series. Let's start by looking at science. I'm working on the solar panels because, well, solar panels is free power, so let's get all the upgrades there. After that, I'm going to go over and do the cryogenics center so that we can have the cryonics opened faster. It's also a prerequisite for getting smart homes that will give us even larger size storage, or human storage. I can't not say it anymore. Sorry. And let's see. Let me see another thing if that's still a problem. Interesting, sometimes this one up here, this corner up here is broken, sometimes it's not. I think it might be some sectors, like sector 2. I think it's broken up here, that one. Let's get started on our exploration. Let's first see if we have any addition. Oh, we do have additional blue points out here. And there it is. Let's uncover that one immediately. And let's see where our locations are. You are here in the industrial zone wreckage. Let's figure out what was happening here. Scans have detected large quantities of steel around what appears to be a wreckage of Etamananki's industrial zone. We have arrived at the ruins of the industrial zone. The view is intriguing. In addition to the general debris and bodies that float everywhere, there are large piles of previously molten metals that have solidified when the area was exposed to the vacuum of space. The zone has been stripped open and much of the interior appears to have been blown away. The structural tear extends into the storage area, full of suspended yellow particles. We will just start exploring each of those locations, and the Xanadu is flying. Yeah, okay, so you're gonna go start working on the habitation center. I kind of want to have one focusing on...
A probe has completed its scan.
Like we have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean, I know I'm here, but I want to go up to that one because I want one to be focusing on planets and the other one focusing on the Etamananki. That makes sense. We have also now a nerf, massive nerf. Here we used to have a debuff from Cryopod Awakening. Whoa. -3 from Cryopod Awakening? No, right, that's not for... That's this one, for workers first. But we did used to have, if we were storing more than 1,000... No, more than 250 cryopods, but that's not anymore, unfortunately. I think that's a big shame. Right, overhaul on this one. This is going to be a bit tricky. What we're going to start doing is see if we can live without this one. We probably can't. What is this? This is also an EVA airlock. Okay, we're going to turn this one on, and then I'm going to turn this one off. Actually, I'm just going to deconstruct it. When it comes to EVA airlocks, we are also going to go out here. Oops. And just finish the last of all of these. We are working here, this solar panel, and this solar panel. They need to be built. And just use whatever resource. We have lots of resources around, so let's get those sorted. I also don't really want to be parked at this location because it's a bad location. It gives us -1, so we might as well drive up here, driving the Tiqqun. So let's move the Tiqqun to a place where we don't have a corpse cloud around us. Let's see what happens over at the industrial zone wreckage. The industrial zone itself is devastated. Both factory machinery and crew are covered by flying molten metal as depressurization occurred. As the metal solidified, grisly monuments were created. Sometimes all that remains of a body is a cracked metal shell. Cryopods found in this area are either been covered by steel or compromised. Our team was able to gather some information about the Itamananki's production method, but not a lot. So let's look at the storage area. Hopefully the storage area is more durable towards that. And we will now go in and start knocking the door down to the next sector. Ooh, we have to... Alright, I'm going to be courageous and do this, but I have a suspicion... Look at that. Actually looks like we have just enough available workers for this zone, so that's good. We also need to make sure that our waste is not accruing too much anywhere. Here, and we are in this location. Let's have a look. We are... What if we... do we have waste in this zone? I don't think we have. I don't think we've enabled waste. So how is the happiness here? It's not great. But I will be a bit courageous and just enable the waste collection. And then we can have this one online and focused on waste. And then make sure that we export waste as well out. Good. So if we look at waste, that should all go to number 6. Is it correct, number 6? Yes, that is the one we have here for our full build here. I'm going to take this one here. Right now, every single one is working on what's called? What are they called? They're called electronics, but that's definitely not needed moving forward. Have we arrived? We have almost arrived, and we are now here, and we've claimed. So let's figure out what happens at Croc P41. Croc P41 is a telluric planet with a small quantity of water present as ice. There are many large block telluric formations across the surface. The atmosphere of P41 is heavy with cloud cover, and storms envelop the planet. Scouring with solid aluminium rain, Eden has noted the formation of particular interest. This is a Xanadu team. We have landed near Site 0. We should be protected from aluminium rain. It's aluminium rain. We have located aluminium rain. That's the Plague Doctor skill from Darkest Dungeon. Yeah. Interesting. We have located the formation of unknown origin and are commencing exploration of the site. Alright, investigate the formation. That's going to take a little bit of time, so that is good. And over here we are working as we at this. And we have a new sector available. That is great. So let's have a look at what we're going to be building this into. First, we're going to be building the sort of the usual thing of just getting a presence inside here. That's going to be even this is going to be a bit tricky, because I can't build them next to each other here. Ah, typical. And the industrial zone wreckage. Let's see. The storage areas seem to have been the battleground for a large violent clash. Workers attempted to repel the invader using small arms fire improvised weapon. Apart from the cutting laser marks across the bodies and containers, there are no evidence that identifies the invader. The large majority of the storage area seem to have been emptied, but after some searching, the Einstein's team located a number of intact cryopods and resource containers. Everything has been prepared for extraction. Okay, that's really nice. And look for the source of yellow particles. Let's do that. Hopefully that's not going to be a bad thing. In the meantime, we are working in here and just trying to get this sorted. And of course, as usual, you can see that as soon as I place things here, we realize that it's the wrong place. This is about as bad a place as we can... hold on, is it though? It is. It is about as bad as we can. Alright, let's see what happens at Croc P41. The teams report that the telluric formation is circular in shape and has steep sides. They have begun mapping the numerous tunnels that lead inside. Initial reports suggest that these are created by natural phenomena but dug intentionally. Continued behavioral analysis of the team is registered. Breaches of the doll's secure safety protocol, as well as metaphysical and psychological aberrations. One crew member appears to have removed their protected helmet, convinced that the air in the tunnels was breathable. According to P41's atmosphere, the remaining lifespan is estimated to 37 minutes. That is not a good sign. Strict psychological monitoring, or just let them go and take off the helmet. We're not going to let them take off the helmet. That's pretty stupid. So that's fine. And up here we have the next one. It's coming up shortly, so let's do that as well.
A science ship team has completed a task.
The team followed the trail of yellow particles through the vacuum to another section of Etamananki's wreckage. It appears to have been at least partially spared from the destruction we've seen elsewhere. The particles from the crushed and damaged flowers of yellow squash. That's a lot of flowers if you can see it sort of in space. A bed of these frozen plants surround a large bronze structure, a depiction of Earth crowned with laurels. Many messages have been left near the sculpture, railing against the perceived enemies of humanity, Dolos, the Ashtangites. A plaque at the base says, against the cynicism that kills hope, against the madness which precipitates hell, to perpetuate the genius of humanity and the memory of our life on Earth. There is a compartment beneath the plaque which the sealed time capsule was found. It seems possible it could be opened. Yeah, let's open it. It's a time capsule. We are supposed to open those. And inside our new area here, we can continue on our expansion. We have currently... Oh, that's actually not what I want to do. Unlike usual, this is actually not what we want to build in this case, because we need a big area over here for something much later on. Then I need to do some counting to make sure that I get this right. Then how do I do this? I would do something like... yeah. Where do I have something that is 8 wide? Insect farm is 8 wide. That's 8. And then I need something that is 6 wide as well, because we need 14. We need to allocate 14. That's a mess hall. There. And that means this is going to be the edge. And that one. And obviously these two are not going to be here. They were just there for a measuring stick. There we go. And we will then also, of course, take all the other locations here. And we can now also move the other way. And once this is done, we can start working on the more important things, and that being the actual... starting from here, I guess that's the most important part. We can now start making the population, and that's going to be from there and there, and that's really important that we get this built. And also let's see, we also need to make sure that we get an infirmary. That is important, and that will need to be built 1 2 3 1 2 3. I'm gonna build it like this. Let's see if that fits. Yes, it does. We will also now very slowly start reiterating or redesigning our sector 2. Funnily enough, I just realized that what I took out was the probe launcher, and I replaced it with an EVA airlock. So that's why we don't have any probes right now. But that's okay, because probes are actually supposed to be down here. This is where I want the probes there, and I technically want 2. Because we need 2 for the next zone, I am sure. So we'll get those sorted right now. So we are on top of that problem before it actually happens. And it's just nice to have it.
You can implement
right now.
A new policy.
And we also have out here, we have the final conclusion of the industrial zone. And I think this will then retract even further than... Oof, that's a lot of stuff here. Inside the capsule were toys and other everyday items. Several objects were of unknown purpose. There was a package of newspaper clipping that revealed some of what happened after the Tiqqun first entered self-similar space. There was a total collapse of Earth's ecosystem accelerated by the moon's destruction. In response, the United Nations installed a totalitarian government of planetary surveillance to protect the population from eco-terrorists and the continuous wave of pandemics. They prioritized corporate practices that supported their environment and its preservation. Individual responsibilities seem to have become paramount. Numerous legal ramifications were implemented to counter any further acceleration of ecosystem destruction. In this time of crisis, and guided by the government, society seemed to have turned on politicians, extremists, immigrants, and conspiracy theorists. One after the other, they portrayed them as possible scapegoats, holding them responsible for 250 years of industrialization, market disruption, superficial societal practice, moral decay, and hyper-consumerism. The Etamananki was to be the Great Ark, the global project that would save humanity. Only those deemed well-behaved in the eyes of the government would be allowed to board. The Astroguides, fanatics of mysticism and proponents of genetic manipulation were left behind on Earth with the deviants and dissidents. And then we get self-cleaning lubricants upgrade for the waste treatment. I like self-lubricating. There we go. And that's perfect. We are going to see here waste treatment center. Wasn't it waste? No, waste treatment center. Deactivate. Oh, power reduced. That's pretty good. Power reduced by 5. That's a lot of power reduction. But we need the deoxidization contacts under the steel mill. That is this one. So we might want to get that because actually reducing our power consumption of a
science ship team
basically
has completed a task.
And this one's going to be just installed. If we reduce
An accident has occurred in
this
the
by
Tiqqun.
5, they take then, and I want 10 of these here, then that's actually a massive improvement. So that's pretty damn good. More people. But we've also done here on the P41. Thanks to the intensive psychological and medical follow-up, the Xanadu team was able to conclude the study. Solid aluminium particles carried by the winds of P41 created the new network of tunnels. The erosive process has transformed the topography of the planet. When the particles collide with each other inside the tunnels, the vibrations generate a low frequency vibration. When this passes through the inner ear, it alters human neural activity. Yeah, we're not going to do that. That's a bad idea. Don't want them to take their helmets off. We're leaving the planet.
The electromagnetite has passed through the CRUC system, and the Tiqqun is still online.
Perfect.
Congratulations, Administrator.
Great. That means we can enable everything to be unloaded. Let's do that and continue on our migrations inside. We have a new request. Let's see. Administrator, we have been in the Theta Cruxix system for too long. No, we haven't. The crew's starting to doubt whether we'll ever find Remus. Don't worry, we'll find Remus. But we have a lot of stuff to do here. We have reorganization and we have all the structure we need in this location. So don't worry, we will definitely be making some more progress here. We are not in any hurry to get out of here. And we can actually go to this one. I'll be doing just a few iterations here. We'll also be doing more of these. This sector is going to be our new industrial sector. So it is connected, and that goes all the way over here. And then you can go all the way here. We need to get this one out of the way. It is now out of the way. And it's always difficult when trying to redo a sector. This damn thing. I hate this corner. This is so annoying, this corner. It's just broken. Please don't. Alright, I'm gonna save and reload and see if I can get that fixed. Unfortunately not. That tile is broken and it has been for, well, ever. So nothing I can do about that. Unfortunately that means we can't build another one of these up here in this corner. That's too bad because we actually need the population quite a lot in this zone because we're going to be really skimping on population center. So I'm not even sure we can get it. Well, we'll try. We'll do our very best. And that means we also need to make sure that our population is going in here. It also means that we probably need to make sure that we can get this one soon. There we go. We also got the steel oxidizing. That means over by our waste we can get that. So this should give us a lot more, say, flexibility when it comes to storage here. And I will be taking that one, and I'll take that one because that'll make it easier to deconstruct everything else we want. And oof, that is going to be. We're also going to take these two out there, and these two are going to be taken out. And we can then go over to sector 6 again. No, are you okay? No, you're not okay. How about sector 2? We have unhoused. That's because we took this out. That's fine. We don't have a medical facility here, but we now have everything else. And if we just look at what we got going here, I've also made sure for finally to get all the stuff in here so we can get more alloys. Alloys are not doing so hot right now. Huh. That means I probably should switch some of these to alloys at this point. We do have 22, so get the alloys going. I am pretty intensely doing this. Let's have a look at overview of population. Oh, we are overpopulating here because they are going out. So let's transfer 100 people. And 100 non-workers from sector 1 to sector 5. There. Right, so that gives us a little bit more room. Let's see. We can also transfer, let's say, 30 workers. Oh, we have 9 in hospital. Yeah, 35 workers from sector 1 to sector 5. Yes, please. We're going to need more workers here. That's excellent. And actually, let's look at if there are anyone else that has excess workers. Oh, 3 has excess workers. 3 has excess workers. Hold on. 3 has excess workers. There, we can take from only workers from sector 3 to sector 6, because 6 is where we have our what's it called? It's called our recycling, which is generally going to be where we generate most of our resources here, and we need this back online again. All right, science ship has arrived, and we can now look at Croc P51 now. And our probe has registered some interesting environmental data on P51. Primary analysis revealed conditions similar to those found on terrestrial seabed. These conditions may prove conducive to the existence of life. Yay! This is the crew of the Xanadu. P51's atmosphere has an extremely high gas concentration. When navigating through an almost semi-liquid environment, the tremendous pressure is putting the resistance of our suits to the test. Having reached the core, we are preparing a sortie out toward what appears to be a collection of geysers, the area that provides the environmental data. Setting up infrastructure supporting team to work in the hazardous environment of P51. Despite being a time-consuming approach, the team will analyze large amount of data. Yes. It doesn't say anything about us not having enough time, so let's do it properly. And I need to figure out which one it is, and we can probably see Pelican is only transporting people. So Pelican, you're the one. Let's make sure that the Pelican can actually get there by checking that it's not sort of stuck in a location. There, where are you? Where are you? Ah, the Pelican. Okay, so you're up here. That's great. And Pandora, what are you, Pandora, doing? Oh, are we not? We are not bringing any. Oh no, Pandora. Pelican, Pandora, you're also going to... There. Oops, 1500. Let's get those back. I completely forgot that. That's kind of our objective in this zone. I was so busy just doing restructuring here that I kind of forgot all the other stuff that I was supposed to be doing. Oops. This one will be looking at, well, polymers. I can't even do that until it's done. Once it's done, then we can get the polymers in so we can start sending out more probes to discover whatever is left in this area. As you can see, we've put light down the framework. All of this will be nuclear power plants, and this one will be a docking bay dedicated to only bringing in hydrogen for the nuclear power. Over on the other side here, we're just slowly reiterating, slowly sort of restructuring everything here and just migrating it to the new format. These two are going to be here, and then we can sort of start just moving this away. Not a problem. And we're also going to take that, and we might as well take that one as well. So let's get all of this out so we have this area for restructuring as well. We also have the destroyed docking bay. Let's figure out what's happening here. The information we found in the Etamananki's command center has allowed us to locate its docking bay. We have arrived on site. This part of the Etamananki is a real piece of Swiss cheese. Paradoxically, there are little debris surrounding it. After a rapid survey, we have identified 2 areas of interest: the still accessible docking port and a communications area. Let's look at the communications area first. This is the Einstein team. We are stationed by the docking bay. It has accumulated a huge mass of debris at the bottom of it. Broken vessels, corpses, and damaged cryopods all have been frozen into a horrible amalgam. Ships have entered the port too quickly, crashing inside while attempting to flee. The docking bay came under heavy projectile fire, which tore open the hull and breached the protective plating of the Etamananki. We have discovered an intact, unexploded BMS missile embedded in the wreckage. We should investigate further. Yes, we want to defuse it, right? Don't want to transport a live missile. Don't want to explode it. We'll try to defuse it, and if they blow up, they blow up. That's just how it goes. And then we'll just continue on our restructuring inside. Let's see how the diffusing of the bomb went. We managed to defuse the missile. The technology contained within is not only more advanced than aboard the Tiqqun or even the Mananki, but is of a structure and logic belonging to a completely different scientific paradigm. We have transmitted data and schematic to the Tiqqun Tech Lab for further analysis. Awesome. One missile. Cool. That means we have... Oh. Where? Is it here? Oh, maybe it's not there yet. Weird. There, to the Tech Lab. We have enough data to analyze perilous missile technology. The associated research project can be found at Tech Lab. With this, we should be able to set up countermeasure process. There we go. Missile threat analysis unlocked. And that is here. We will take that right now. Excellent. And what else do we want? We want faster ships and better ships. Yeah, definitely want the cargo ships. So, a restock of the situation here. We're working. Finally, we had a big fire out here in the space sector, the original sector. We are just working on this, and I can see we have a little bit of an issue here. We do not have enough electronics. Interesting, and that's probably because our... Oh, that's not what I wanted.
Has occurred in the Tiqqun.
Let's get you back to more like 2. Yeah, perfect. And then go over here and then change some of these to be back to more of this. It's because we're doing so much work right now that it's problematic. We do have, however, an opportunity for us to go in here and then say intense working hours. Boom. More intense working hours. Great. Do we have enough waste? No, we don't actually have enough waste. That's really weird. Is there any tech that we don't have that should be giving us more waste? Cell housing. Oh, yeah. Let's make sure that we get more of that. Crew quarters, Nihai protocol. Yeah, so all the ones working in the big ones, they are not... Oops. They are not... they're not actually producing enough waste. Oh, negative. Why is it negative in here? Having more than a 5 population. Yeah, we just got this one right as we were on a feeding cycle. Well, that sucks. And this cycle here, what do we need to disable? Oh, we don't need to disable anything. We need to transfer more people. Where do we have excess workers? We definitely have excess workers in Sector 2 because we are doing the restructuring. We won't keep having that, but now we can at least transfer that over. Can we also transfer some non-workers? Yeah. Let's transfer about 100 and 200 non-workers from Sector 1 to Sector 5. There. We want to make sure that we populate it. Good. So we get this bonus here. As soon as this one comes in, we should be fine on the bonus here. Missile threat has been unlocked. Great. That is perfect. And then we go back to getting faster ships and better ships because we still have a lot of haulage out here. Ooh, Croc P51. The majority of Maya bacteria live inside a geyser tube. Geyser's tubes. Smaller groups do exist externally that appear to have been excluded. Samples from within the geyser reveal an organized society that is not only able to propagate other types of bacteria, but also use what can only be described as tools exchanging via vesicular transport. We theorized the bacteriological language and with the help of the PA sent a message to the colony through appropriate stimuli. Weird. They responded. The colony proposed to follow us on an expedition to the Tiqqun. This is a monumental undertaking as a single human cycle corresponds to several hundreds of theirs. We have determined that the best way of transporting the bacteria will be to settle a small colony within the respiratory tract of one of the crew. Perhaps an extreme method, but it will provide the best ideal condition for the bacteria, an intelligent and aware species. This will surely open the way for new perspectives and science. Authorize the transportation. Yeah, we'll do that. It's a bad idea, but sure, let's do that. The Einstein will now be moving over to the habitation sector.
A sector is being overworked.
That's not good. Overworked. Why are you being overworked? Extra hours. Extra hours. Extra hour optimal. We'll do that until we get the transfer complete in here. Then we'll switch it back. We can't have it being overworked. And then we have the last sector of the Atamanki. We need to figure out what's going on here. Our sensors have identified a section of the Atamanki drifting in the Croc system. Initial readings indicate that a large amount of floating debris is present in the area. We've also detected heat signatures, electromagnetic emissions, and a weak radio signal deep within the wreckage. We are currently unable to decrypt the signal. This is the Einstein team. We have entered the habitation sector wreckage. Many mutilated bodies and cryopods float in the void. We've been able to pinpoint the exact areas of unusual readings. Let's get first the cryopods and then go inside afterwards. Let's get that sorted first, and then all the way up here we should have some interesting stuff at the Croc P51 with our bacteria. I really want to just claim this first, because if I click this and it turns out the bacteria ate everyone, then I have to send another ship here, and I don't bother. So we'll wait.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
New request. Let's see what's coming up. Policies allow dolls to rapidly adapt employment conditions to the evolving needs of the Tiqqun station. However, crew members are like oranges. You can't squeeze them like clockwork and expect to keep getting juice. That was weird. Pledge to change the policy's work policy within 15 cycles. Yeah, sure. Oh, I can't. Okay, let's keep that in mind. And then go back out to the P51. We are no longer detecting any movement aboard the Xanadu. It appears that Heihachi Tokugawa disabled communication by damaging his ship's equipment. Before the cessation of the movement, there were severe alterations to the crew's vital signs. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. That is exactly what we would expect to happen. Oh, I didn't even claim that. Well, that's stupid them. The news of the Xanadu's lost has spread throughout the station. Oh, come on. That sucks. Alright, well, it happens. They were bad scientists anyway. Gee, what a silly idea to put that inside of them. That was not good. Barshaville. Alright, well, one of the founding fathers. So, we'll need to send that up here, and in the meantime, we're working on this one, and we have finally got this one online again, so we can start getting something. We are also going to look for some hydrogen. We are now going to build a setup here for the construction.
Has completed a task.
There and there. These will be focused exclusively on hydrogen, which will come in here to this sector and nowhere else. And ruins of the swarmed. Okay, that's 755. We have finished our evaluation of the cryopods. We were able to recover a large amount. They're ready for extraction. The recovery area is horrifying. The body parts that float here are mostly civilians. The dwellings within the habitation sector look more like slums than real housing. The population density must have been extremely high. Some bodies shows clear signs of disease and malnutrition. Now we can push deeper. Alright, so that means we have, if we look at here, we have a total of 2,000 more that we can claim, and we have about 100. So it's going to take a while. We could also move a little bit closer, except we can't because I haven't built any batteries in 5 yet, although we are working on that right now. We have 2 batteries in progress. In here we still just don't get any anything inbound. It's really annoying because we need this inbound here. And let's see, I think I actually know why, because we are kind of not really, we want to take these out just nice and slowly. You working? You're working slowly. And once this is done, then it will grab more inbound, I hope, and we can get rid of these 2. These 2 need to go, so I can make and move this down here and then another one next to it. It's a bit of a convoluted process, but it is the way it has to be. What I can do though is I can build more. We have plenty of the iron, so we can build some more factories, some iron factories like this and like this. Just so happens to fit right in there. That also means that if I do this, I can switch these to be more focused on that process. Yes, let's do that. Alright, but we are really running out of everything here, and I wonder if that's because things are just too far away. We could move if we, once we get those 2 Once we have some more power in Sector 5, we can definitely move some more. And we probably should. Oh, look at that. That's a lot of iron. Let's get that. And the progress here on the last bit of the Etamananki, making progress through the metal debris that lies everywhere has been difficult. The Etamananki has been constructed from a range of extremely strong alloys. We have come to an area of fallen debris which forms a precarious cave around us. Two paths onward are possible. We could pass through a large section of the pipe that has been laser cut. Temperature analysis of the cut indicate they happened some time ago. Alternatively, there's a reinforced tunnel leading away from here. Its sides have been covered by bullet holes. We could continue to use the drilling rig, but one of these paths would surely save us time. Right, we'll proceed through the pipe. The laser cut hole is perfect circle. Yeah, we might find something that's going to be doing this. Continue drilling. Or proceed through the reinforced tunnel. Built after destruction, numerous bullet holes. So we do want to go into bullet holes or laser cutting. This is probably safest, but it could also just collapse under the weight of our drilling. But yeah, we'll take that. Let's see if that was a good or a bad idea. Most likely bad.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Oh no. We have reached the area of the readings. We exited the pipe and found a small shelter cobbled together from surrounding debris. Within it, a number of broken drones shaped like deep sea creatures float in the lack of gravity. They bear the BMS logo of the Black Market Society. This is the first time we've been seeing machines like these. We have transmitted schematics and data to propose further analysis of the drones be conducted aboard the Tiqqun. Within a small recess at the back of the shelter, we found a corpse of an Etamananki soldier with a now spent breathing device. They had tried to modify one of the broken drones to produce an improvised heat source. He has been dead for several days. The week's radio signal was transmitted from the suit's emergency beacon. We presume an attempt to contact another survivor. 44 and agents of death. Great. That was the right choice. Yay! I like doing the right choice once in a while. And that means we actually still have 2 locations out here to take. So it looks like we have way more to do in this sector than I had anticipated. And in order to not have like a 2-hour long episode, then I think we'll be wrapping it up here. And then in the next episode, we will be sort of opening the last and moving out of this sector. So I hope you want to keep up with this series. There's a lot of things happening, and we will definitely be heading out to find the Piranesi very soon. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. If you like it, be sure to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, then consider subscribing so you can stay tuned with all the stuff that's happening over Christmas. Until next time, take care, and as always, stay effective. Of course it has to end in an accident, right?